Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Creating happy Mondays. It's always good on Monday. So, today I'm just going to talk about being open to all of the possibilities. So, when we start thinking about change and being better and doing better and being more abundant and just being happier overall, we kind of put on blinders and decide, well, if I want more money, I have to work more hours. If I want, a better love life, I've got to, give up more. If I want, a better body, I got to eat stuff that doesn't taste good. If I want a better spiritual life, I'm going to have to go to church or whatever it is. And you get in these little places. Hi, Tina. I'm so happy I finally caught alive. Yay. So the thing with being open to all the possibilities, and I've said this so many times, is the phrase, everything works out better than expected. So like right now, I am stressing. My big stress for this week, we all have our things that we fret about and stress about and worry about, is my dog who's laying behind me. She is super skinny. She has not been eating regularly since like February. It's just a constant battle on what she'll eat. She's on steroids through the vet, and I give her a CBD THC mixture because here in Washington State, marijuana is legal, and they have like this special one called Companion that's like this, with the eyedropper. And so she gets a little dose of that every day with her steroids. And, last week she was really into a certain brand of canned food. And this week she's like, whatever, I don't really want that anymore. And she's more into like, I want some chicken and some bacon fat mixed in with my kibble. So, and next week it'll be something different. And so my stress is that we are going to Disney World now in December, and I can't leave her with anyone. Like, it's just like, number one, she really doesn't eat when she's nervous. Like her whole life, when we've gone on vacation, she takes a few days to eat, and she can't afford that right now. She would literally just waste away to nothing. And so my dilemma is I have to put her down. And it sucks. It sucks when like we came home yesterday and she was so excited to see us. We had gone to Madison's for dinner, and she was just like, it was like her old self. She's just so happy, and she's wagging her tail, and she's talking to us, and she's so excited. And it's like, okay, is she getting better? And then, like this morning, the only thing that she would eat was some lunch meat, and it just sucks. And so I keep going through this. Hi, Jenna. Sorry, I can't see without my reading glasses. Jenna. Okay, so that's stressful because, she's going to be 12 in November. I love her so much. She's literally the best dog we've ever had. She's just amazing. But there's times like right now where she's just laying there and she just moans and groans. And I don't know if she's just doing it because she's tired or because she's in pain. She doesn't like yip in pain. She doesn't, but she has a hard time coming up the stairs because her muscle mass is gone. And so it's stressful. Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to deal with this? Do I just need to make the phone call, have the lady, I guess it's a lady. There's some vets that'll come to your house and put your animal to sleep. Right now, where we live, if you take your pet into the vet, they take them back and you don't get to go back in the room with them. So that's not an option for me. Like, I'm not going to take her to the vet and just have them take her back where she's scared and she doesn't know anybody and then put her down. No. So do I just make the appointment? And so I'm just like running through all this stuff in my head and stressing out. And I know it's coming and I know it has to happen. And I know it's going to suck really bad. but then I just pull back and go, everything's going to happen better than expected. I don't know what that means. I'm not putting any expectations on that because it's going to happen better than I expect. Like, I might wake up tomorrow and she just peacefully died in her sleep. Like, is that an option? Yes. And would that be great? Yes. And that sounds horrible, but it would be better than me making that decision. Or she might just like make the decision for me and just totally stop eating and just be like, I'm done, Mom. And I'll know that that's time. So it's like, instead of like putting all these, worries on it, which I have been doing, I'm so sorry. I'm kind of going through the same thing. My Toby is 15 years old, hard of hearing, mostly blind. Oh, I'm trying to use my mouse to... I'm on my phone on Facebook and on my computer on YouTube. He's able to walk most of the time. Yeah, and see, I had an old healer, and I believe she was 15. And it's been years ago. I got her when I was 18. But I had to put her down, and like mentally she was all there, but physically her body was breaking down. Like, I had to carry her on and off of the deck. When I'd throw the ball for the other dog, she'd try to go after it and just fall down. It was just like, this is not a life for her. She needs to be done. So I totally get that, and like for Jazzy, it's like, I don't know what's wrong with her. I'm assuming she like has cancer or something internal, but the money that it would cost to like check that all out. And I know some people are like, oh, it's only money, Shelly, you're going to Disney World. But it's like, do I want to put her through all of that? Because last September, she was having some issues where it looked like her back was hurting. So I brought her to the vet, and they ended up having to like put her out to do an x-ray because she was just like struggling so hard, but they wouldn't let me go back there and hold her. Like, I could have probably got her to lay down and turn over and held her there with the, lead vest on or whatever, but they wouldn't let me go back there. So they ended up having to put her out. And then when it took her like 4 days to recover from that. And it was just this big stressful thing. And they basically just said she's got arthritis in her back, and, she needs these muscle relaxers. And then I gave her those muscle relaxers, and then she's just like laying around peeing everywhere. It's just like, this isn't working. So that's when I started putting her on the CBD stuff, because it was like that helped with the pain, I guess. And then it was like after she came home from that and was on those muscle relaxers for a couple days, and I realized that wasn't an option, she's been fine ever since. Like, her back doesn't hurt her. Now she just won't eat. So anyways, babbling on about my dog, I'm just basically saying this is something that's super stressful for me right now. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And I've been doing this for on and off for months, literally. And it's just kind of coming down to the wire. Like, in 2 months, we're leaving, and I can't leave her with anybody for a week. And, it's going to be like 9 days that we're gone. And so I'm going to have to deal with that. And so instead of just being like, oh, what am I going to do? I just keep putting out, every time I start doing that, I just go, it's going to happen better than expected. And the reason that I have faith in that and know that it's going to happen better than expected is because I've done that with so many other things, and it just falls into place. I mean, my Camaro, I've been wanting that for years, and I just had like this, the blinders on, like, we have to have more money. It's got to be perfect. I need to get it locally. I'm not going to travel to get my car. I'm going to, I put all these like expectations on it that I thought had to happen. And then, after driving my minivan, which was an amazing vehicle for 16 years, I was done with the whole mom thing. Marley, our youngest, just turned 18. So I was like, I'm done with the mom vehicle. I'm going to get something else. And then I was like, well, kind of thinking about grandkids, because here in a few years, I mean, Madison will probably have some babies. So, and then Mercy, my stepdaughter, is moving back to the area, and she has a 6-year-old, and she's having another baby. So it's like, I need to have this practical car that I can put car seats in. And then a friend of mine who has a Camaro and is like, Shelly, just get the Camaro. The grandkids will adapt, or you'll just use one of your other vehicles when you have them. Like, get the Camaro. Like, if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? And I was just like, you're right. And she goes, what you're going to spend on a used, crossover or sedan is going to be the same as what you spend on a used Camaro. And I'm like, what? And so I looked, and sure enough, I was like, holy crap. And then when I decided that I was going to do it, it just all fell together. Like within literally, I don't even think it was a week and a half from the time I thought I want to get a new car to Scott out of the blue going, hey, we really need to get you a new car, which we'd kind of been talking about. It wasn't totally out of the blue, but it was out of the blue because I was like, I want a new car. It's going to happen better than expected. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And then that was like on a Thursday or Friday. It was like Saturday or Sunday. He's like, you know what? We really need to get you a new car. That's what we're going to do. And I was like, okay. And like I said, and then like all these practical cars started going through my head. And then my friend, I put out on Facebook, is anybody selling a car? Because I was just like, if somebody's got one, that would be, I'd hate to go to a dealership and then be like, oh my God, I was going to sell my car. And then, I could have had something better or whatever. So I put it out on Facebook, and then she's like, Shelly, get the Camaro. And then I talked to my other friend, Becky, and she's like, hey, you have to get the yellow and black Camaro. And I'm like, well, I can't really find one locally. I really want to get it locally. And she's like, we traveled like sight unseen, like down to California to get a car before. Just be open to it. I'm like, you're right. Be open to it. And then we found one up north. That was just a total fiasco. It was going to be horrible. I told Scott, I don't want to do it that way. And then like literally a couple hours later, he found another one that was south of us, which is the way we wanted to go because we were dropping off our old minivan to my stepdaughter to have. And so it just like all worked out. And the Grants Pass Toyota, I'm just going to say, was so amazing and awesome. And that's where we went and got the car. And it all worked out, and it's in my driveway, and it has been since the end of May, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing how it all just clicks together. And, we just made our 4th payment. We're overpaying on our payments. We're going to pay it off, and then Scott's going to get a truck he wants, and it just keeps happening. It just keeps going better and better. So that's my message today. Be open to all the options and all the possibilities. Don't put blinders on and think, I want more money, so the only way to do that is to work harder. In fact, I'm a clothing reseller. So how I make my money is I go to thrift stores and garage sales and I buy used clothing. And I know the brands because I've been doing it long enough. And then I put it on Poshmark, Mercari, ThredUp, not ThredUp. I'm going to talk about ThredUp. Mercari, Kidizen, Depop. I have all these little niches for all the different kinds of clothes that I buy. Well, I was like, okay, I need an easy way to sell my clothes. And then I had heard about ThredUp, but I'd never really looked into it. And then that just kind of like, in fact, Tina, who's watching, hi, Anna. Hi, Mick. So Tina, who is watching, her mom, Valerie, had been talking about ThredUp. And so I talked to her, and she just kind of talked me through it. And I've sent in my first bag. And the cool thing about ThredUp is you send them the clothes. They list them, photograph them, and sell them and deal with all the customer stuff. And then you get a percentage of it. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad, but the money that's available there is just amazing. So it's actually, I get to work less and make more money. So that's what I'm talking about. Just find it in yourself and everything will work out better than expected is just a perfect statement to say whenever you start stressing. And that's what it was like. I've been stressing about my dog for you know, like I said, months. And there's been a couple times where I'm just like, okay, I need to stop. And it's been so much better and everything starts working out. And then I kind of escalate again. And so it was like yesterday or the day before. And I'm just like, it's going to work out better than expected. I'm not going to keep stressing about it. Whatever happens, if she just totally recovers and gets to go to the dog sitter, that's great. If she totally falls apart and needs to be put down, it's not great, but I'll deal with it, you know? So it's like, instead of just stressing about it, I'm just going to deal with her on a daily basis, and what happens, happens. And I'm going to be open to all the possibilities. So whatever you're stressing about today, whether it's how to eat, how to work, how to make more money, how to be a better spouse or a better friend or a better family member, just put it out there. It's going to work out better than expected. And just start having faith in that. And just start little. Just start with little things. You know, I talk about the Camaro, but I started with little things. Little things like, you know, I mean, this sounds ridiculous, but there's days when I'm just like stressing about what to have for dinner. And then, you know, it's like something will just fall into place. You know, like somebody will say, hey, why don't you come over for dinner? Or my husband will come home and go, hey, let's go to, you know, Hula Boy for dinner tonight, or whatever. You know, it's like when you get into that, you know, you see that it works, it just gets easier and easier, and you can do it with bigger and bigger things. So that's my message for today. Go out and create a happy Monday. That's what my channels are all about, because I just totally believe that you can create a life where Mondays are your happiest days, because you're so excited to get back into whatever you're doing, because you have created a life that Mondays are amazing, because you enjoy doing what you're doing. And that's where I'm at. I enjoy doing what I'm doing, and it just keeps getting better and better, and it just keeps working out better than I expect it to. So I hope that this video helps. Thanks everybody who was watching, who is watching on YouTube and Facebook. You guys all have a great day. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel, share it, and hit the bell if you want to know when I'm live. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.